Hey Brick Boys and Brick Girls, it's your boy BrickBoyLego, and today we have a very special Lego set to review. We have our very first Harry Potter set that we are reviewing on the Brick Boy channel. What a magical treat. And what better way to start our Harry Potter reviews than with the Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow set. This is set number 76407, released last year in 2022, retailed for $89.99, came with 777 pieces and 7 minifigures and 2 little animals as well. This is the second Shrieking Shack set. Say that 5 times fast. This is the second Shrieking Shack set that we have ever received from Lego. The first one was all the way back 18 years ago in 2004. That was the Shrieking Shack, set number 4756. We've almost doubled our piece count, and we almost doubled our minifigure count as well. That set only had 4 minifigures. We have 7 plus 2 animals, so that's 9 if you do the math. So without further ado, why don't we take a gander at this set and see if it was worth it. So starting out in bag 1, we have Hermione Granger and Ronald Weasley, and then you start to build your little broken fence there. Not really going to be keeping too many people out with that broken fence, but what can you do? Then moving on to your side build of the Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow, you have your nice little cloud here. It's a nice little play feature that we'll talk about later in the review. And then you move on to your next bag. You have 1 minifigure, and it's only our good boy Harry Potter. Then you start to build the base of the Whomping Willow play feature. A couple repetitive steps there, but not too shabby. And then you put some gears in your tree. You gotta love when you put your gears in your tree. And you put that on up in there, and then you build these little tentacles for the Whomping Willow. So that's a nice little interesting technique. I enjoy that, and then that finishes that part of the build. Then you move on to your Sirius Black minifigure, and then now we're really cooking here because you are building the base of the Shrieking Shack. First floor of the Shrieking Shack has some nice little icicles there, and then you board up your windows and you have your door, and you can't forget to build your interior, so that's always a nice little touch there. Moving on, we have our next bag here with Remus Lupin. He's a nice little boy there for us to have, and you close up our roof, and then you add a little trap door here to the side so everybody can sneak into the Shrieking Shack. Then we put up these little tiles here, so that's a nice little technique to get those slopes on the building. And then who can forget the chimney? So chimney cricket, huh? That doesn't really make sense. Anyway, moving on, so we have the second floor of the Shrieking Shack. This bag has your Peter Pettigrew minifigure in it. Then you continue building onto the side walls of the Shrieking Shack, and you add a little bit of an interior there. You have a nice little piano and a green couch. Definitely some interesting interior decorating choices here in the Shrieking Shack, but hey, what can you do? In this bag too, you had the werewolf minifigure version of Lupin, so that's a nice little touch. And then if you have the Hogsmeade set, you kind of have the same style of building for the roof as well. Definitely some interesting techniques to get all the slopes on the angles. I like the way that they have the snow white pieces up against the building. It really looks like it's covered in snow. Anyway, slap that bad boy up there, and you are done with this build. Alright, and here is the finished build. So why don't we just start, as usual, with the minifigures. So here he is, Harry. What a nice good boy he is. He's got his filthy, dirty outfit. You can see the little dirty marks on him. And this minifigure was actually in 2 sets. This set and the Hospital Wing set. So there he is. You got a grumpy expression and a happy expression. Digging the medium legs. All of the trio gang have the medium legs, so I'm digging that. Alright, let's move on. Hermione Granger, here she is. What a gal she is, and she also has a filthy pink hoodie on. There's her regular face, and I like her hair, nice big hair. And then here's her other expression, a little grumpier expression, she's not too thrilled there. And then she's got her little wand. Here you can see the back printing a little clearer. There's her hood. And little medium blue legs. This minifigure was in 2 sets as well. This one and the Hospital Wing again. So that's nice. Ronald. There is Ronald Weasley. What a little guy. He's got his little nervous smirk on his face there. Not a dirty boy. And then you've got a grumpy expression. Very grumpy. You've got his wand. You've got his dark gray medium legs. He's looking pretty good. This minifigure was in 2 sets, this set and not the Hospital Wing, actually the Buckbeak Execution set, released in 2019. So, okay, moving on. Very nice boy. Gary Oldman, aka Sirius Black. I think he looks great. This is a great updated minifigure. This is the only set that this edition of Sirius Black comes in. Really loving the hair. This is the same hair that they used on Cassian Andor in the Ambush on Ferrix set that just came out as well. So he's looking pretty good. I like his tattoo there. Maybe a complaint that I might have is that the skin tone here between this and this, his shirt is unbuttoned here. So this is supposed to be his skin. It's a little off on the color. And then I wish maybe they would have had some legs printing too. But, you know, overall, cool looking minifigure. Looks dirty. Looks like a dirty boy. Actually, and you know, he should probably have his prisoner pants on too, right? And then there's that, and then here's his angry expression. Ooh. A lot of this was a very angry scene. Everyone's so grumpy and angry in this scene. I did my waiting! But he looks good. Moving on. His animagus form. This is little Sirius in his black dog form. Oh, aka the Grim. Not the Grim. You have the Grim? Piece actually was only made available in this set, so that's I really like it a lot. Moving on. Our other good boy, Remus Lupin, he is exclusive to this set as well, but we've gotten him a number of times in the past. You got a brown wig, you've got regular legs here, you also have regular legs on Sirius Black. I like this hair piece. It is pretty similar to what his hair looked like in the movie, so I like that. Pretty tattered looking clothes for being his professor outfit. I don't think he was really doing any sort of battling or combat before this. I don't know. I always want more legs printing. Is that just me? Let me know if you want more legs printing. I like his disheveled tie though, that's a nice touch. And then I also like his scratch that's on his face, probably from being a werewolf. And also, note, part of his eyebrow is scratched off as well. And he also has his other facial expression of when he sees the full moon and he is going to become a werewolf. And I really am happy that they included this transformation face. I think it's a very unique look, and I like the yellow eyes, and you can see the teeth here starting to come through on Remus's little mouth. And speaking of little mouth, let's move on. We've got our werewolf Lupin. Here he is. Not so little of a mouth anymore, big mouth. You've got this nice big molded piece. I think it looks great. We've seen this werewolf piece before, but not in this color. And then if you take a gander here, you can see also his eyebrow is missing a little bit there, just like on the regular minifigure printing. So I think that was a nice little touch. Taking the head off, you can kind of see the printing a little bit better. It looks interesting because he was a skinny werewolf in the movie. Kind of hard to translate, but I think they did a pretty good job. And then I'm really glad that they used these feet. I believe these feet were first used in the Stranger Things Demogorgon minifigure. Super cool minifigure. This was only released in this set as well. All right, moving on to our last actual minifigure, Dirty Freak Peter Pettigrew. Here he is with his, he's really just absolutely disgusting to look at. But they did a good job with the minifigure. And look, we have legs printing. What a treat. His suit printing goes all the way down. He's actually the only minifigure in this set with legs printing, and he is also exclusive to the set. And then here you can see he's kind of a little bit more worried. He might be a little bit worried that everybody is trying to kill him in the scene. So yeah, not great. Moving on to our last minifigure, Scabbers, or aka Peter Pettigrew's animagus form. This is a 12-year-old rat that saw Ron grow up. So it was just actually this dirty man in rat form just hanging out with Ron. Pretty weird. This rat is not exclusive to this set. It has been used 14 times in this color, and it's the only color that it is available in. So not an exclusive mold, but a cool minifigure nonetheless. Okay, so let's take a look at the set itself and our little play features. So let's start out with the fence here. You can see the fence. It's a pretty nice built fence. I'm a little sad that these are stickers. I really wish that they would have printed this piece. I love when they do wood planks printed and not the sticker, but it's okay. I mean, it's a pretty effective little fence. You have a little gateway there. It looks snowy. just like it did in the movie. I like the use of the skeleton foot for part of the fence. I think that's cute. And this is where Hermione and Ron are looking at the Shrieking Shack, and she's like, oh, this is the most haunted house in all of Britain. I saw it, son. Oi, this is the most haunted house in all of Britain. Like that. That's how she says it.
It's meant to be the most haunted building in Britain. Did I mention that?
Drop a fish and chips in the comments below. Oh, and then Malfoy comes over and racially profiles her.
Filthy little mudblood.
Yikes. So that's the fence. If we take a little bit closer look down here, you can see that you've got two parts. You've got your Whomping Willow and your little moon play feature, and it clips in here with this little clippy there on the side. So let's unclip it and we'll talk about this part. This has three things that we're going to talk about. I guess we can start here with the most noticeable play feature, which is the Whomping Willow. This was the tree that Ron and Harry crashed into with their dad's car in the second movie. But makes a little nice comeback here in the third movie. Turn this little dial and the willow whomps around. Is it a little round here in the trunk? Yeah. But I think it makes up for it on these tentacles here, the willows, the wisps, the willow wisps. And then just like in the movie, you can have Hermione and Harry flung around while they're trying to save Ron. What a good time this is for them to have. And let's move on to the second play feature here. We can move this little viney out of the way, so you have better access to, this is the tunnel that the Grim, aka Sirius, took your boy Ronald, and who was holding Scabbers, down into this hole. So you can flick your boy into the hole, flick your rat into the hole, and you can have your Grim go down the hole. Everybody's going down this hole. Okay, and then skipping a little bit ahead in the timeline here, towards the end of the Shrieking Shack scene, this is where Remus transforms into his werewolf form.
Remus, my old friend.
So I really love this. You've got this little rocky formation here, and you have, this is actually some clouds, and then the moon. All right, so let's close the light here. And as you can see here, you have the moon glowing really nicely behind the clouds there. And then when you spin her around, look at that bright full moon. I mean, you're really not going to be playing too much here in the dark, but I'm glad that LEGO was even able to have this as a feature. I think it's a really nice touch. So let's turn off the dark now. So moving on, we can move on from that, and let's talk about the actual Shrieking Shack itself. As you can see here, it's not a straight building. It is lopsided, just like how it is in the movie. So I think they did a really nice job there. You can see the outside looks pretty much just like how it does in the movies as well. You have this nice little chimney here. They did a good job having it connect from the first floor to the second floor. And I like the way that they were able to angle the curves here. And then kind of what I was talking about earlier too. So you have a long sticker here on this plank of wood, but this is a printed piece. This is not a sticker. So why not just make this another printed piece? I love these long planks of wood that are printed like that. I think that it looks amazing. But I mean, the amount of stickers on the set isn't that awful. We can look at some nice part usage here, or NPU if you're nasty. You have a unicorn horn here as a little icicle dripping down, and you have a little tooth piece here as another little icicle dripping down too. So I think that's nice. You can open your door on the outside. Not really too many flip features on the outside of the building, but we can turn this around and you can see here another little hatch for our gang to come through. So let's take a look at the first floor. You have a little painting, and if you can take a look, it is a picture of the Shrieking Shack itself with your little broken fence there. So that's interesting to have a picture of your own house in your house. Do you have a picture of the outside of your house in your house? I don't. Okay, and then you have another chest here, so that's nice. And you have a little chocolate frog and a cup. These new Harry Potter sets have been pretty consistent with having this chocolate frog hidden throughout all of their sets, so I'm glad that they were able to include that, and it's not too conspicuous here because you're hiding it in this chest. Okay, moving on. That's pretty much it for the first floor. And then all the action really takes place here on the second floor. So let's take a look at the second floor. So just like in the movie, our boy Ron in here trying to protect his rat from Sirius and Lupin. Everybody thinks that they're trying to kill Ron.
Hey, it's meant to hurt you. You're rat.
But they're really just trying to kill our gross Peter Pettigrew. He really is so gross. Maybe my only complaint about this is that it's so small. Maybe this set would have been better as a bigger set, just because you get a lot of minifigures. I love that you get so many minifigures. It's just very cramped up here. You can't fit 6 minifigures up there. But it's nice to be able to recreate that scene. There they are, very angry. And you also have this brick-built piano. This is where Scabbers is trying to crawl around and they're trying to get him to come out of his transformation. I really love these printed keyboard pieces. Also not the first time that we've seen that before, but I think it looks pretty nice. That just clips back in there. You have a little map here. Let's take a look at the map. I'm not entirely sure what this map is supposed to be of. Is this England? It looks like a San Andreas GTA map. Okay, moving on. You have another painting up here, and you have a man in a hat. Ooh, spooky. Who the heck is that? Could be anybody. If you know who that is, let me know in the comments. Last little play feature here is, and you know, it's not even really a play feature, it's more of just like a little Easter egg that they included in the movie. When our boy Scabbers is escaping off of the piano, he transforms midway through this little mouse hole. So it's nice to see the little mouse hole that they included here. In the movie, he wasn't escaping out of the building, he was just kind of going into another room, but you can't really transform him. But that's okay. It's nice that they even included the mouse hole at all. So why don't we take a look at Bricklink and see what the minifigures are going for now. So starting off, we have the titular Harry Potter. Here he is in his dirty boy outfit. He is going to run you about $197 on average on Bricklink. And then you can see here his secondary printing on his face. You got a little grumpy boy. What a grump. Then moving on, we have Hermione Granger. She is going to run you a whopping $1.88. She also is in her dirty outfit as well, and here's her grumpy expression there too. Under the hair, you also have a little hood print as well, so that's a nice little touch. And then next you have Ronald Weasley. He is our most expensive of the trio for some reason. He is going to run you about $2.14, and he goes from a little grin to a little frowny. Not very happy of a boy here at all. Moving on, we have the Grim. This piece was only made available in this set. It's going to run you $7.10 for one dog mold. What a world. Then we have Sirius Black. He's going to run you $7.18. Almost the same price as his Grim Animagus form. And then you have a regular face and to a grumpy face with his tattered clothes here. Really wish they would have done some leg printing. Moving on, we have Werewolf Lupin. This minifigure is going to run you a whopping $15. This is the most expensive minifigure in the set. I really love the head, but let's take it off, and you can see the printing on the torso a little clearer. I really love these feet as well. Moving on, we unwerewolf our Remus Lupin, and here he is. This minifigure is going to run you about $7.77. And then you can see his other face, the mid-transformation face. Just be careful that you don't get too close because he will attack you. Moving on, we have Scabbers. This isn't really a minifigure, again, but this is going to run you about $1.05. Nice rat. Then we're moving on to Peter Pettigrew. Disgusting boy. He is going to run you $5.77. You got a creepy face to a little bit more worried face. I mean, honestly, that face printing is almost exactly the same, but it's always nice to have two face prints. Alright, Brick Muggles and Brick Wizards out there, what do we think of the Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow set? Do we think that it's a magical good time? Yes, I think this is a very good Harry Potter set. It's a tremendous upgrade from the set that we got 18 years ago, and I think that you have an amazing minifigure selection. I love that they included the transformations for Sirius, Peter, and Remus. This is a great set. If you don't have any Harry Potter sets and you like Harry Potter, I would pick it up. My only complaints are the price. $89. $90 for 777 pieces. You're over your 10-cent a piece part per piece breakout. Honestly, this set should be really a little bit closer to like $70 to $80. That's really where you should be picking it up at. If you can get it for that price, definitely look on Amazon, look on Target. You can find some sales. What are we going to give our first Harry Potter set that we're reviewing on the channel? Honestly, given the complaints and the price, it's not a perfect set, but it's a great set. So let's give this set a good 4 out of 5 Peter Pettigrews. Yuck. I still can't get over how ugly and disgusting Peter Pettigrew is to look at. So that's going to do it for today's review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And tune in next time for more LEGO Harry Potter reviews coming soon.